I used Claude Code to start a software company with literally zero experience in programming, and I've just launched my first macOS app today, which I did not write a single line of code to create. I want to show you this app because I think it truly is tremendous, and it blows my mind what I've managed to achieve by just being conversational with Claude Code. So without further ado, let's jump right in and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is my first app called Words. Now, followers of this channel may remember that a couple of months ago, I created a website called Sequins, where I had two rather unusual sequences. One, gestures that allowed you to draw shapes, and words, which allowed you to type words and characters and have that be converted to MIDI using the web MIDI JavaScript library. I had that in beta for a couple of months, but I realized quite quickly that the key here is to actually create native apps or native VSTs that can run on the user's machine without having to be connected to the internet. So I took what I'd made with Words. I'll probably put a video up here if you're curious to go and see what it looked like in its infantile stages. But I made Words into a Mac app. Because I use Mac all the time, I love the ecosystem, and so I really wanted to get into creating Swift apps. So as you can see here, this is the UI. This is the dark mode UI. We've got light mode here as well. And what this is it allows you to take words and just directly map them almost in a kind of ignorant way. I say ignorant because you don't know what you're going to get. That's the key here. So let me just show you how it works. I've got open in Ableton here a couple of instruments. I've got like a little bass patch, a pluck and stuff, and I'll show you how it works. I'm going to say, hello, my name is Let's, and we're just going to press enter, and that's going to automatically commit it. You can see that it's actually got Ableton Link enabled, so I can actually play it in time with stuff. But what's really cool is then being able to add other layers that create this almost polymetric sound. So let's say, I love music and code. And I'm going to commit this. Interestingly, oh, there we go. So now it's starting to cycle. So let's add something a little shorter. Forever, yeah. And because this is a shorter pattern, notice that velocity is included here. Maybe I want to turn that down a bit. I can click on it and I've got this lovely side panel here. So I can bring the velocity down of that channel. I can also transpose it, not by semitones, but by scale degrees. So if I don't like this one, I want to change the notes. I can edit it to add another thing. So we'll just do like, It's kind of cool. Now what's nice is you can send them out of multiple MIDI channels. So as I said, I've got a bass here on channel 2, I've got a pluck on channel 1, I've got a pad on channel 3. So let's just click 2 here and I'm going to add a bass sound. So I'll say bass is the foundation of harmony. And I'm going to press enter, and you're going to notice that this is going to be sent out of a different instrument. Now maybe I don't like this word harmony. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to say musicality. That's kind of cool. Maybe I also want to change these patterns because they're a little bit boring. What about I love music and code? Let's add a bit of randomization to what the notes are that it generates. So I have over here randomize pitch. Of course I can transpose it as it is. I can press Command click to reset it. But let's add a bit of randomization. If I go all the way, now it's got a little bit too much. So let's just add like a bit of randomization. We can even do, maybe bring in like some octave randomization. Kind of nice. Okay, let's add another layer because I've also got on channel 3 a pad. So let's say pads are often quite magical. And this is coming out of channel 3, as you can see here. This is a nice pad plugin that I created. Forget the UI, it sucks, but it's really just a wonderful, I wanted just a pad that works and it's always great, so really nice. But what's cool is we can add in harmony. So let's actually just bring the dynamics down a little bit on this pad. Maybe we will go in here, I'm also going to put on legato mode. That's going to make it so that these notes sustain. There we go. Now it's creating that more lush experience. If I go down here to harmony, I can now add a voice layer. So by clicking this, it's going to add another layer to this. Let's keep probability at 100%, so we always get 2 scale degrees up. And you're going to notice how quickly I'm going to bring the velocity down, just so this other layer that comes in isn't super loud. Here we go. Scroll down, maybe bring that velocity up a little bit. I need to put legato on that channel too. I'm also going to turn off my sidechain for a sec, because that's going with the kick. And we probably don't want that yet. Okay, so what's nice as well is these things, you can have multiple voices. So let's add another one that's like an octave. So that would be +7. I'll put gate chance to full and click add voice. Let's put it on legato too. Bring the velocity down a bit. Really nice. Now we can add randomize here, but let's go in and actually have a look at adding another little pluck here. And I just want to create a bit of organization. So I'm going to do kind of like in code, I'm just going to say plucks, and now I've got a comment channel. I like to be able to have a little bit of space, so you can create spaces. I'm going to say base. Oh, that's actually committed it. We need to make it a comment. And then let's add another one, and I'll do pads. And then let's take this, and I'm going to say backwards patterns are cool too. So let's take this guy, bring it up here. But I'm going to change the play mode of this to backwards. Or maybe I want to actually take it to be random. So now it's just going to randomly play these. And I could again also go in for randomized pitch. Now I'm going to bring in a couple of the plugins that I created. There's a really nice plugin. Again, forget the UI, I'm in the process of improving it. But this angel grain thing is just insane. You'll notice as I start to bring this in, it's going to add to those plucks some really magical things, these glitches. Really, really nice. So let's bring chaos up. I'm going to bring this down to just quarter notes. Bring chaos down a bit, maybe. Bring the reverb up on the effect. Okay, nice. So what's cool as well is I can stop Ableton from here. And obviously we've still got angel grains going in the background. But I want to show you just how tight the MIDI locking is as well. So I've got a kick and a shaker here. And what I could do is I could just mute some of these channels. And just keep it nice and simple. So let's just start with this. I'm going to press escape. Let's also change key while we're at it. So let's go for, I'm a big fan of major pentatonic. And I'm just going to press escape just to make sure that I'm not focused on this view. I'm going to press escape. Now I'm going to press the space bar. And now you can see that if I wanted to, I can just record the MIDI directly in, which is really, really magical. And now as I start to bring in some more of these channels, it's going to start to integrate it into the pattern. I can mute them easily. So let's bring this guy in. I want to bring the probability that this happens down. So that's really, really good stuff here. One other nice thing is if I go to this pluck and I make it so that it has the ability for slightly different lengths. We're clipping a little bit, I'm just going to turn that down. I'm going to bring the kick down a touch. Oh, that's really nice. So maybe on some of these, what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to randomize length as well. So now we have slightly different lengths. If I make it so that... Lovely. Now let's add the bass in. Now maybe for the bass I want them to all be short. So I'm just going to bring the note length down. Let's do a bit of randomized velocity on the bass. Let's do a little bit of randomized pitch. Let's bring our sidechain back in. Okay, let's bring the pad in now. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to turn the velocity all the way down to nothing before I bring it in, so that we can see, if we just close this up, we can see the pad here. So we can just start to basically fade it in. So you can see it's quite quiet. And this is the master velocity. We've got per voice changes here. Let's transpose the whole pad up by super easy to create these just lush experiences. I'm going to add a little bit of angel grains onto the pad as well. Let's bring the compressor in, the sidechain. So let's just play with that transpose again. You can see how incredibly musical this is. Nice. Okay, let's add another layer to the pad, actually. So I'm going to go to 3, and we'll say another layer to the pad might be nice. Now we can also decrease the text size. Let's change this pad one to random, bring the velocity down, and then let's transpose this up a lot. We'll do randomize velocity, randomize pitch, maybe randomize length. Really, really cool. Now we do have a piano here as well. I'm not sure how the piano is going to sound. Let's just put a big old reverb after it, because let's try doing some chords. So first we'll just say piano chords are necessary sometimes. Oh, I've got to send this out of channel 4. Now this would benefit from legato mode. Now the piano, let's pan this to the right and the pad to the left. Really nice. Now let's add some harmony to this. I'm thinking that the piano should maybe add up 6, and we'll do 61% gate chance. We'll go down here to the actual main voice, and we'll bring the chance down on that. So it's not always playing every note in the chord. Let's add a 2 as well. And let's also add maybe 9, which is going to be an octave of that 2. We'll do randomize length. And you can see if we actually record the piano, because we've got those voices, but not every voice is playing at every time, we get these really exciting randomized patterns. Let's put legato on for all of the piano voices. So you can see now it's actually creating more chords. We've got a stuck note there. Oh, maybe we don't. Okay, now I want to show you a really nice feature as well, which I call transpose presets. So this allows you to effectively shift the entire thing up or down by a specific range. And I've set these up so that when you're not focused on the text view, when you have escape enabled, you can just press the key shortcuts. So I'm going to press number 2, and it's going to shift everything up by 2 scale degrees. So here we go. We'll go back down again. So why don't we try going up a little higher this time? We'll do a 4. You can see that's really interacting very nicely with angel grains. So let's go +7. See how musical this is, because instead of playing chords individually, everything is related to one another. I can also click here, and I can, I think I need to actually add the UI for this, but I've deactivated this. You can see here, the toggle transpose lock is off. So it doesn't matter how much I go up or down, the bass is gonna stay fixed, but everything else is gonna change. Really nice. Let's pick a different scale, just change it up a bit. Let's do something a bit darker. We're going to suddenly go into Middle Eastern now. Huh. All of a sudden we're in a completely different place. Let's go into this pluck and just make it so that some of the controls that we have more wildly change stuff. So now I've got feedback being controlled by velocity. So if we change some of these plucks to have a little bit more randomized velocity, let's bring the pads out. Really, really cool stuff. I mean, it just absolutely blows my mind that I could build something like this that integrates so perfectly with all of the Mac ecosystem without writing a single line of code. Also, I really did go all in on trying to implement all of the best practices, all of the ways that you would actually create something proper. For example, I had no idea how you create a licensing system. You know, I can now deactivate this and it's not going to work for me anymore. There we go, it's unlicensed. So I literally had no idea how you would go about doing such a thing. But now I have the ability to create a proper licensing system. And let's just license it again so I can show you what happens. So here is a code that will not work by the time that you're watching this video, but activate license. It properly works and it works with my backend server. I also have automatic updates. So you can see here we've actually got an update. So install and update. This is all done properly. And, you know, the database, every aspect of the business that I have created around this, even to just show you as well, the website. Like, I have no idea how you make websites, you know, that just feel so professional. And I created this. It's got like an add to cart. It has then checkout, and the checkout integrates with Stripe perfectly. You've got user accounts with GitHub and Discord OAuth. Every aspect of it is fully tracked, like by following best practices in my meta advertising thing here. So you can see that this is from my preview mode, but literally every aspect of this business is done to the top spec of how you would do it if you knew how to do it yourself. And I would not be able to do this without Claude Code. Oh, one other amazing thing I forgot to mention as well. So when I was like thinking about this business, I was like, okay, well, what are all the core things that are just super necessary for me if I were to create a business? And one of them is just being like transparent, ethical, good company. One of the things that I absolutely wanted to have is just a seamless refund system. And I've never seen a business do this, honestly. I had the dream, I had the idea, and I got Claude Code to help me implement it. So if you buy Words and you buy any of my future products and you don't absolutely love it, I want you to have a refund. And no pressure, not emailing me for a refund, none of that shit. You just go down to refunds here, you put in your email address and the license key that you have, you click request refund, and it will instantly revoke your license and trigger a refund. You'll get an email with the Stripe ID of all of that, and within 5 to 10 days, you'll have the money back in your account. But these kind of things, not gatekeeping business and like programming and being able to actually just start things. Claude Code has changed everything. I have a dream now. I have an idea. I sit down with Claude and I implement it. That being said, I'm not just typing in Claude Code. I have a really, really developed system for how I use it now, that I'll probably make some more videos on soon, because I literally had, I don't know, 5 to 10 problems that came up in the entirety of building this, and most of them were fixed instantly. So many of the people on the internet who tell you about coding and programming, I love, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the open source hacker, coder, developer world. I think it's probably the sort of niche that I feel most at home in as quickly as I do. But there is this kind of mentality of the fact that like you need to go and learn how to do this all yourself. And that mentality, I think a lot of the time leaves people getting very bored before they ever actually make anything of any value. I think what's just been so fun for me is that I've used Claude to build my dream things, and to whenever I'm coming up to something like, okay, well, how do I handle bunny stream? Also, I've got Sentry error logging. So everything is like connected up via Claude Code skills so that I can literally just in my terminal run my business. I can check the emails. I can gift licenses to people. I can check the Sentry error logs and then straight away get Claude to fix them and then ship updates that automatically update to my users. So I guess what I'm saying with this is it's like, there's no fun in learning how to code if you're just doing a coding course online, like learn TypeScript. So boring. I think the key of what vibe coding, particularly using, if I say especially using something like Claude Code, is it allows you to learn on the job. I'd be lying if I'd said that it didn't take almost 2 years of I have been obsessively doing this, right? Like I've put way more time into this than the average person would be able to. And also I've put what would be probably quite a lot of money into it for other people. But thankfully, Anthropic actually reached out to me a few months ago when I actually first built Sequins. And they said, we love this. We'd love to give you 6 months of max plan. So I have been able to just pretty consistently run Claude Code. But man, I feel so excited, so grateful to be able to literally dream something up and do it. To just create a fully working app ecosystem that works and that is fully testable. And anyways, so I would love, if you're interested in playing with words, for you to go and check out the app. The description will be in the link down below. To sweeten the deal even more, I've created a special coupon code for the first 100 customers. So if you put in first 100 at checkout, you'll get 30% off. From dream to fucking product, baby. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and go check out Words. If you don't like it, you can have a refund. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.